Hey, what's up, everybody? Gonna make this video. Just wanted to go through some of the names I'm gonna be watching before I leave for vacation and for some swing looks, and kind of give you my thoughts on them. This might be something I'll start doing a little bit more regularly, maybe once a week or so when I get back. But just a good way to run through some charts and look for some good setups for some momentum swing plays. So this XBI was on my list. Um, we've put in this huge bottom here in April, been consolidating a little bit. But I really like this level here, right? We had 8170 pivot multiple times, broke through it today, missed it for the entry. I was supposed to leave today actually, so I was a little behind the 8 ball when the market opened, but really nice move, broke through it, closed above it, and I could see this pushing back into 84 and back testing this gap fill here again, which will likely provide some resistance here. We tried it here, failed. Now we're looking like we're going to come back and test it again. So we'll see how that plays. Maybe, I'm not going to chase it through this day's highs. I feel like the entry was through this 8170 level. But I'm still going to keep tabs on it, see how it plays out. Maybe we'll get a push through this, and then it sets up for a nice flag over 84 for a push back into the 200-day or something. So we'll see how that plays out. That's XBI. This TEM, I like this setup. So it's a former runner. Like, it's had huge legs higher over the last year or two. And we recently had a nice push up to 70 and then have kind of consolidated and backtracked a little bit here. But over the last week, we had this day, strong move lower, a couple inside days, and then we bought it right back up on strong volume, reclaimed the 10 and 20 day, and then today we have a nice tight inside day holding above the moving averages. So what I want to see for this, tomorrow, depending on how things are looking, I may put some orders out over today's highs, 63, 63. So I got a little price alert there now, and I think, so if it broke through 64, I'd probably put on a starter and then look to add through the previous day's highs, which was 65.35. So I'll put an alert there. And then look to see if we can break out through this trend line and into 70s. But once this gets going, it can really run. I mean, look at this monster move over a couple weeks, a few weeks there, another monster move, another monster move. So just want to keep this on the radar in case this wants to get going again. So that is TEM, Oklo, huge cup and handle forming on the daily. Had a pretty big field breakout on the news today. Was up quite a bit, push, and then failed hard. Still looks good. Needs to consolidate maybe for another week or two, and then see if we can get a push back above 50 for a breakout. Just a good sector to be keeping tabs on with nuclear. A lot of tailwinds from the administration and all the nuke talk, so I want to keep this one on watch going forward. Etsy, so it's a strong move. I'm not trying to chase it up here. This is just something I'm going to have on watch over the coming weeks. See if we can get some sideways consolidation. See if let the moving averages catch up. See if they can push it through to new highs. But this needs to consolidate for a bit before getting involved. But really nice linear move. So we'll keep tabs on this. This is kind of just a back burner watch right now. CRWV monster push again. It was already kind of extended coming into this. What I think, we're kind of getting some bearish divergence now. We're getting higher prices, but lower RSIs. They're not pushing new highs. And we're also getting some major like price expansion. I think this looks like the biggest candle of this entire move. And usually that's a precursor for some kind of top or turn coming. So I'm going to keep this on watch for maybe a short swing over the coming days. See if this wants to capitulate or give us some couple gap days to look to fade. But this is CRWV. This is a great play if you could have got some in here or bought it through that breakout there. Really nice move. So we'll keep tabs on this. I like this. So nice breakout on earnings here that kind of backfilled. We didn't fill the gap, but we came in, we're back testing this pivot here right around 24.75, and it lines up with the 10-day too. Tapped it, kind of closed strong. I like this for a bounce back play. Only thing I don't like here is the 200-day sitting right above. But even if you can catch it through today's highs here, 26.08, maybe we can catch a move into the 200-day, look to take some profit there, and then see if it can hold and break higher. So that's something I'll be watching, because this is, you know, this one's made some good moves too in the past. So I put an alert out, and depending on how the market's looking tomorrow morning, I may put some orders out above yesterday's highs, or today's highs, 26.08. So we'll see how that looks. This is just kind of a back burner play. You know, we had a big push the other day on this, back above the moving averages. Now we've had 2 inside days, and all 3 of the days have tapped 23.15 and failed. So thinking maybe if this wants to go push through 23.15, it'd be a good place to get long for a little momentum swing. I mean, you know, it's had some good legs before. It's a little bit of a choppier name, and it's a little bit more liquid. The volume is pretty light intraday, but I do think it might be worth a little bit of risk if it wants to break out. So we'll keep tabs on that. That's kind of more of a back burner play. I like TEM and AI more. DDOG, I like this one a lot. I actually bought some of this today, and in like the 118s. I want to see, you know, we had this really strong move, right? Trending move. It's holding the 10-day really well. And now we've had a couple weeks of sideways action and just getting really tight while, you know, hanging on to the 10-day. So I bought some of that today. I'm going to look to add, what's the highs here? 119.36. I want to add some through that, you know, if this really wants to break out. So I'll put a little alert out there. Whoop. There we go. And then see, you know, the problem with this one too, we have the 200-day just above, but that could still be a nice move. And into the 200-day, maybe look to take some profit there. But it just looks really good, right? Kind of got this inverse head and shoulder look. And this area, you know, what is this like? I don't know, 112s to 117s is just historically been a really good consolidation area. And we've been sitting in for a couple weeks now, so we'd like to see a breakout of that and, you know, see a continuation move. I think this looks really good. The weekly looks great too. You know, we pushed back above the 200-day on the weekly. Now we've consolidated for a few weeks. So maybe we'll get a nice break higher here on it. But I did buy some, I think around 118.40s, somewhere around there. So we'll see how this plays out. This is just another play. So had a nice move, got above the 200-day. Now we're kind of back testing it, and we've had, what's the highs here? 218.11. So yeah, we've had 3 inside days now, all of them holding this pivot down here. And I put an alert out, so if it breaks above today's highs, you know, 212.10, maybe put on some risk, see if this wants to push up and test this like 218 pivot high here from last week, and then maybe see if we can push through it. So I'll watch that. Wouldn't be a big position. I don't even know. I've never traded this name. I have no idea, but I do like this little setup it's got going on here if it wants to push through. So that's NVMI. IWM, so I feel like small caps could catch a bid here. You know, we've had this nice consolidation pattern, put in a little lower high here, and now we have a really nice pivot to look at trading through. I put an alert there as well. If IWM can push through there, I'd probably put a little bit of risk on, see if we can get a push back into the 200-day as well. Just a good look, clean line in the sand area, right? Multiple tests. So we'll see if we can get a push through there. We'll keep tabs on that. Frog, a little bit of a wild one. You know, it's had this really nice push, couple weeks of consolidation, had a nice breakout day yesterday on volume. Kind of a wonky day today that retested as 42 and then was rebid into the close. I don't love it here. Maybe if it broke back out, you could look at through these highs, you know, 44.89, 44.90, call it. I'll put up. Get rid of this one. So some will keep tabs on. I don't love it, but we'll see what it does. So those kind of charts I'm watching right now. Can see if there's any more in the scans. Basically, I'm just looking for stocks that have made moves. This is just a simple FinViz scan that, you know, looks for stocks that are just off high. So I want to see stuff that's made a strong push and then it's kind of flagging just below, you know, recent highs where it's at. Usually, I'll start. Most of them I'll stay in the technology sector. Sometimes I'll check like consumer cyclicals as well. And then any other sectors that are leading, like if energy's leading, making a big push, I'll check through there as well. And then I'll scan through the different caps, you know, small through mega, just to see if I can find anything that's trending. But really just a simple process of running through and seeing if there's anything that looks decent. But I think we're in a good market right now to start hitting swings. So I'm going to be a little bit more active with my swings. Kind of ran through these earlier. Let's see if there's any other names. Trash, trash, trash. Yeah, I'll run through these again tomorrow, but I think most of these, yeah. Just run through these real quick, see if there's anything worth adding to the list. That's a nice look. Really tight the last couple days on DDOG. See if we can get the follow through. Trash, trash. Oh. Yeah. All right. Let's check megas real quick and then move on. I also like to go through and look at different nuke names, see if there's anything that looks good. Yeah, Opal is really the only name I like in there. Let's see what where's my, let's see what we got in tech. This MCI kind of interesting. Pretty clear pivot here. Maybe if we got another like inside day right below these pivots, and I'll look for a push through that. I'll add it to my watch list. All right. MSTR, interesting. Kind of broke back below moving averages. Now it looks like it claimed to maybe a couple days of consolidation. If that wants to hold, maybe push back up. But there's a lot of traffic. This 400 to 420 is a lot of overhead. Yeah, no. Apple, no. No. Tesla had a really nice move. We swung that. Was it out of this break? Or out of this break? One of these breaks we caught a nice swing out of it. Not interested right now yet. No. Yeah, great move there. Nice move today in MU. Push out this consolidation. It's got a lot of pivots above though. Not something I'd be looking to start right now. This needs some more time. You know, I had a nice breakout day yesterday. Kind of came back a little bit. Maybe a couple more days of consolidation. Let the MAs catch up. Nope. Nope. I think this needs a little bit more time. I would like to find another way into NVIDIA. Swinging it from here on this breakout. Caught a really nice leg. Yeah. It's not a bad look. Nice flag after a decent. Maybe back up above 72. Put an alert out there. We'll keep tabs on this. Add it to my watch list. PayPal. And PLTR. Not interested in it right now. What else we got? What's going on with the spies? Anything good? It's a really nice wedge, but I'm not gonna trade Verizon. I don't know. See which way that wants to break. Oh, that's a nice run. Alright, well, that's probably all I'm going to keep on my list now. Then I'll do this probably a few times a week. Just keep tabs, see if I can find anything else to swing. This actually isn't a bad look. What's this high? 266.72. I think the, what was it? This looks good too. Nice consolidation, inside days. Maybe the banks want to break out. Been trending pretty well. I don't love it, but I'll put it on my watch list just in case. Did that go on? What's going on? Oh. There we go. Alright, anything else? You got covered. Have a little peek at indices. Yeah, this is looking good. Both SPYs and Qs. Qs, what, 13 points from all-time highs, so been consolidating for the last few weeks. Maybe we get a nice leg into the 540. Quick turnaround. IWM, watching that IWO. Yeah, everything looking pretty good. Let me see one other thing. Let's go through these real quick. I like going through the sector ETFs. If there's like a leading sector, sometimes I'll go through and look at the names in the ETF, what's performing the best, see if there's any good entries or setups to trade. Kind of choppy. Nice little breakout there. At the 200-day, just above it. Those financials, that's not a bad look. I'm gonna keep tabs on that. Ooh. Irk. That's not a bad look. Nice pop up, consolidate, broke higher, consolidate. I'll add that to the watch list. No. Yeah, there's a lot of good sectors looking good now. Jeez, uranium. Nuclear's hot. What's this? $34. Let's throw an alert out there. All right, I think that's about it for now. Ooh, silver. Nice inside day after yesterday's big breakout. Is this all-time highs? Yeah. Throw a couple alerts out there just in case. All right, so I think that's about it for my watch list. Mainly, I like this TEM AI. Probably my favorite watches. Oh, and DDOG. Really like DDOG. So those are probably my top three, and then the other ones I'll just keep tabs on. And I will update you guys on any trades I take we'll go from there. All right, thanks for watching.